Welcome to the Man of Recaps. This is The Walking Dead Dead City Season 1. It starts with Maggie, who's out on a scouting mission looking at the Big Apple, New York City. Specifically the island of Manhattan, once home to millions of people, now home to millions of zombies. Maggie realizes she's gonna need help, so she tracks down her best frenemy, Negan. Yes, remember when Negan was a villain, he killed her husband Glenn brutally with a baseball bat right in front of her. Obviously, Maggie wanted to kill him, but in the final season of The Walking Dead, she and Negan were forced to work together to survive. Maggie, of course, can never forgive him, but she accepts that he's a goodish guy now. And so she explains that her son Herschel was kidnapped by the new bad guy on Manhattan called the Croat because he's Croatian. And the reason she's come to Negan for help is because they know each other. The Croat used to be in Negan's gang, the Saviors. Now at the moment, Negan has a kid of his own he's taken care of, this random teenager he's adopted. They got like a Joel and Ellie from The Last of Us thing going. But wait a sec, at the end of The Walking Dead, Negan had a pregnant wife. She and their kid are conspicuously absent. He doesn't explain what happened to him yet. So for now, Negan agrees to help Maggie if she takes this new kid into her community. And so once again, Maggie and Negan are forced to work together off on another adventure. Team Nagagi or Magnegan, either way. They find a boat and set sail to the island of Manhattan, Dead City. The big city is a nice change of pace from The Walking Dead's normal locations of the woods. It comes with its own dangers, like zombies falling off the skyscrapers and giant bags of cockroaches. But there's another problem because Negan is a wanted man for killing a couple New Babylon marshals. New Babylon is apparently the big community in the New York area, and Marshal Pearlie Armstrong is willing to do whatever it takes to get his man. Pearlie follows him here. They have a big fight in the laundromat, but they get away. Now they run into crazy New York hobo lady who teaches them how to get around the city using their system of zip lines. Alright. She leads them back to her friends of New York survivors, including Tommaso, who's like, hey, I'm from New York, and Amaya, who's like, hey, I'm from New York here. But pretty soon the Croats gang shows up, the Barazzi, and it's a big old fight. Negan captures one, and to scare them off, he goes back into his old Negan persona, puts on a big show, cracking jokes and slitting throats. Oh! Now this whole time, Maggie and Negan have been bonding, and he's been trying to explain how he's always been kind of a good dude that just put on the villain persona when he had to. He never wanted to do it again, but, you know, sometimes you gotta. Meanwhile, the Croat has captured Pearlie and shows him that they got a good thing going on here. Apparently, this guy's like a chemical engineer and knows how to use the methane from decomposing zombies to make electricity. He does put Pearlie through the zombie gladiator trials, but Pearlie's a badass. He takes out these zombies with his shoe. So they make a plan to sneak into the Barazzi headquarters, kill the Croat, and rescue Herschel. But when our group sneaks in, no one's there. Then the Croatian music starts a-playing. Oh, it was a trap! Yes, he's luring all the zombies in here right now. Our gang's fighting to survive. All the extras get eaten. Meanwhile, Negan has tracked down the Croat himself. Now, they did not part on good terms. The Croat's a bad dude. He was Negan's torturer. But one day, he tortured and killed someone that Negan told him not to, so Negan tried to kill him and shot his ear off. But now that they're face to face, the Croat doesn't want revenge. He's happy to see him. Negan, my brother! Turns out he's a huge Negan fanboy, built his whole gang here in the Savior's image, and wants Negan to rejoin him and lead him. As a show of good faith, he goes to kill the Marshal hunting Negan, but this guy holds on, and Negan chooses to save him. This might have been a bad choice, because even now Pearlie's like, hands up, I'm bringing you in. But they gotta work together, running from some zombies. They go through a weird postmodern zombie art installation, and eventually Negan explains that the marshals he killed were real bad cops that robbed and beat up his wife. And turns out she and their kid are still alive. Yeah, now that Negan's a wanted man, he sent him on ahead to Missouri or something. Meanwhile, Maggie and the New Yorkers are escaping through the sewers. But when Tommaso finds a couple oxygen tanks, Maggie realizes he set them up. Yeah, he realized there was no beating the Croat, so he sacrificed the rest of his friends to protect him and Amaya. Which turns out not mattering anyway, because like 5 seconds later, they both get eaten. And now Maggie faces a terrifying new type of zombie that's like a couple zombies smushed together. Oh, gross. But she manages to take out all its heads one by one. Meanwhile, Negan's adopted daughter, Ginny's been hanging out at Maggie's new community up here, the Brick House. But she has a hard time fitting in because she doesn't talk anymore since she was scarred after her parents were killed. And she really loves Negan. He became like a really good dad figure to her. So she runs away from safety and follows him to New York. Negan's like, yo kid, the whole reason I'm doing this is to get you a safe place to live. But she's not leaving. In fact, for the first time, she's gonna say something. But Negan stops her. She's not safe here, and the only way he can get her to leave is by making her hate him by telling the truth. Because the person who killed her father was Negan. Yes, he was one of those bad marshals. So now she hates Negan and goes back with Pearlie to Maggie's brick house. And so Maggie and Negan have to try Plan B, which is just the two of them go to rescue Herschel. But this whole time, Maggie has been a little suspicious, and now Negan finally figures it out. She didn't need Negan to help rescue Herschel. She needed Negan to trade him for Herschel. So Negan makes a run for it, but Maggie catches up to him and these two have a Maggie Negan fight. Suspended over the pit of walkers, Maggie stabs him, then Negan kicks her off, ouch. But now Negan surrenders. He's like, look Mags, I thought we had kind of become friends, but I guess not. Maybe I deserve it, do what you gotta do. So as the Croat shows up, Maggie takes Negan prisoner and we see this was their deal all along. She's finally rescued her son Herschel. But it's not really a happy reunion. Herschel was a cute little kid, but he's grown into just a brat of a teenager. Now why does the Croat want Negan so much? Well, we go to see his boss, who's got a lair in an old theater. She is the Dama, a weird theater lady who's trying to unite all of New York under one empire. But if she's the director, she needs a leading man to take the spotlight, and when the Croat told her about Negan, she's like, oh, that's my guy. Negan's like, look lady, I don't really do that anymore. But to motivate him, she shows him Herschel's pinky toe that she cut off. Like, yeah, we can always go back for more if you don't help. So Negan's gotta stay on Manhattan to play his character of the big villain. And Maggie realizes this ain't over, there's another villain above the Croat. Plus, Marshal Purley back in New Babylon covered for Negan told him he's dead. But when his boss hears about this zombie methane electricity, she's sending him back there to go get that. And so, the adventure on Manhattan is not done yet. Where will this go in Dead City Season 2? If you liked this recap, hit that subscribe button for more of the best recaps of TV and movies.